So I want to ask you a question. I think Dubai right now is going through so many changes. And whenever I used to go for summer vacation in Lebanon, I used to come back to Dubai, a new city would open up. You know, it would always like expand like crazy. And it goes to show how Dubai is just constantly moving, constantly evolving. But I wanted to ask you, Inta as a Muwatin, as a Emirati citizen, with all these new changes that are happening, whether it's a new culture that is being introduced in Dubai or whatever, what exactly is, and how would you describe the Emirati culture, and how would you describe the Emirati culture?
Emirati culture is a very unique blend, because we are very much also attached to our fathers, like Sheikh Zayed, Allah yarhamu, Sheikh Rashid. The values that comes with that, you see a lot. And even our children know Baba Zayed. You know, like he's not here anymore, but people still, his legacy is here. So you see that part, and the traditional part, and the conservative part sometimes, and then you see all this modern buildings, and you know, the multicultural, and the Louvre, and the Burj Khalifa, and you know, I think it's very unique. It's just, the whole thing is extremely unique, and I honestly feel very blessed to be in a country where it's so multicultural. My kid goes to a school with so many different nationalities, and they're still getting along. You know, it's quite cool. My businesses have 18 nationalities, 16, 14, 12, and they're all working. There's harmony, there's safety. It's crazy. Like, where do you see that in the world? I've traveled a lot. I've traveled a lot. Japan, America, I've been. Still not as multinational as here. Still. No.
It's a beautiful melting pot.
It's crazy. So I like this. For example, some people will tell me, Anas, you're too Westernized. And some people, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Because I do like some things in the West world, and I like something in the Middle East. Yani, for example, when I was in the States, the guys would reach, or girls would reach 18 years old, out of the house. If they're lucky, they see their parents twice a year. There's not that huge family bond. This is something I'm very stuck to in the Arabic culture.
Akid.
Family is like everything. Brothers, mother, father. We see each other 2-3 times a week. We talk. And it's beautiful to have that backbone. And then I see other friends who are living in other countries. They don't have that backbone, and you need it. Whether you are 50 or 25, you need your family to feel secure. And you notice when you talk to your friends, if they have father issues or mother issues, there's something eating at them. They're like, no, I don't care if I don't talk to my father. No, you do. It's a sad situation that you're not talking. You know, he's going to die in the next 20 years. Are you okay with, missing? And just like the AB talks, I sit down with these people that are not young. Your father had a beautiful story about his father. His Excellency Dhahi Khalfan, great story with his father. And he said, till today, when I walk to the masjid every day, I imagine my father's walking next to me, because that's what I did for years with him. And these are not 25 or 35. These are all older men who still have this huge bond with their family, or they feel their presence still. So we come back to the point, do I feel too Westernized? No, I think I'm a blend. I'm a global citizen, but I'll take what's good and beautiful in my culture, and I'll take what I learn also abroad and mix it all together, and hopefully it makes me a decent person.
Yeah, man, I think it's very simple. It's very important to kind of cherry pick exactly what works with you and what doesn't work with you. And that doesn't make you, I don't know, like some people go at lengths as saying they're a traitor to their culture, or they're not Emirati enough, or they're not Lebanese enough. But the point is, if you're exposed to two different cultures, you bring the best of both, and you introduce this new culture in your home country because you feel it's for the benefit of others.
We talked about it with Chloe Qatar. We were wondering what is the Lebanese identity, because a lot of Lebanese go west, like you said, and the other part goes east and are more oriental. And a lot of Lebanese people think that we're not the same. يعني هيدا لبناني ما بيشبهني أنا مني مثله هو منه مثلي and she had a beautiful answer. There is no Lebanese identity. It's multiple identities. And it looks like what you said just
I'll ask you a question, because I remember putting this also on social media because it made me curious. I remember somebody commented me leaving from Friday prayer in my jeans and t-shirt. And they said, why don't you wear the kendora, the traditional garment, to the masjid? And I'm like, I didn't know there was an official uniform to be Muslim. So then it made me think, and I'm like, and somebody said, you should stick to your traditions. So I'm like, okay, what is the timeline of a tradition? So if I ask you, you tell me, Wallah, Lebanese people like to dress this way or sing this way or speak this way. If I rewind before 100 years, was it the same? So
no.
So does that make you just lost your tradition? So what is the timeline of a tradition? If I go 100 years ago in the desert, the Bedouins had long hair, extremely long hair. And they had the kihl in their eyes. That's masculinity back then. It's fine. Today, if you do that, they'll say, feminine. So what is traditional now? You can't define tradition. You have to be just true and decent and good, and you don't harm people. He wants to wear a Pink Floyd t-shirt. He wants to have a tattoo. Is he a good human? Is he adding value? We need to stop caring about this petty shit. Wallah, labas bracelet. Right. Wallah, who cares, man? It's his body. Is he doing good? Is he taking care of orphans? Is he educating people? Is he good to his neighbor? Is he good with animals? Is he a good representation of a Lebanese man? Are you a good representation of a Lebanese woman? Bas, yes or no? Don't go right and left. Yes or no?
Yes.
If they say yes,
I can't say yes.
No, this person who's criticizing you, you tell him,
a lot.
Am I doing more good or bad? And if he says more good, khalas, we're done. Then why are we talking?
You know, I'm often criticized because I used to live in France and I don't speak Arabic so well.
Yeah.
So a lot of time when we do Sarde, I put a French sentence or French words, or even I jump to English. And because I don't know how to write and read, I'm learning right now, but it doesn't make me less Lebanese than another one. Because first, I'm Lebanese. Second, there are a lot of Lebanese like me. Because you know that there's more Lebanese abroad than in Lebanon. So a lot of people are like us, and we received a lot of critics about how we mixed the language. Okay, we speak, you just did it. You talked in English, and after that you speak in Arabic, and we do it also. And it's us. It is Lebanese people.
Who am I to judge how Lebanese and how proud you are to be Lebanese? How do I know what's in your heart? How?
Yeah,
so if somebody comes and says, افتخر انك عربي, be proud you're Arabic. How do you know if I'm not? How do you know how Emirati or how Arab or how Muslim or how anything? Or how do you know? Who gives you the right to judge my level of dedication and loyalty? So this language thing is beyond me. So I get it all the time. All the time. So my personal value is I try not to mix. This is my personal value. If I speak Arabic with my kids or with anybody, even in an interview, 99% I speak only that language. I push myself to learn how to say in Arabic, even saying already, we say it in Arabic, already أنا رحت. And then I ask, I'm like, how do I say already in Arabic? قالوا أصلا. Okay. أصلا أنا رحت السوبرماركت. It's me, my own homework to myself is how can I respect each language on its own. Now, some people mix. Is the language more important or the content?
The content, me.
Maybe.
But something I realized, which I found, look, human beings, all of us are extremely selfish. Some way, way more. It's all about them. One of the best comments, and this has like classic, I won't forget. So when I posted this last AB Talks with my brothers, one of the comments was, in a nutshell, not literally, please make the subtitles much bigger because I still didn't have a chance to go and buy my new eyeglasses. Wallah al-azim. And I'm like, I'm thinking, are you serious? Like, this is how you're thinking? I should change the whole format and talk to my translator and pay more money and make the font much bigger so it kills half of the screen till you go and buy an eyeglass? And then I thought about the language thing. Do you know why people criticize you mostly? Because they don't understand the other language.
Exactly.
It's not about, do you have pride? It's about, I don't get your fucking English. My English is poor. Speak in Arabic so I can understand you. it's extremely self-centered approach. It has nothing to do with culture. If you really wiggle down to the real reason why people criticize you, and sometimes they're like, يعني نحن ممكن نعرف إنجليزي، لازم تتكلم إنجليزي. إنزين السؤال بالإنجليزي، الضيف إنجليزي، شو أسوي؟ أجبره؟ فيعني أتذكر آسيا is a Kuwaiti influencer, one of the first ones. And Asia is half American. And I sat with Asia before then too. I'm like, which language do you think in? She's like, English. Which language do you best express yourself in? And it's English. Done. That's what I want in the interview. لا غصبا عنك تتكلمين عربي. ما تعرف تعبر بالعربي. يمكن تعرف بس يمكن مع دايت ما في مو 100%. ليش انتوا هالقد زعلانين؟ وانا وحاط السبتايتل يعني.
Yeah, نحن we put the subtitles as well because we realized as well that there's a lot of Lebanese expats that have a bit of difficulty in Arabic that really appreciate it when we put English subtitles, and when we speak in English we put also Arabic subtitles وقتها مع ميا خليفة, and it's going to be coming this time with you.
قل لي انت معين. How difficult it is to actually do subtitles and put them in the video. It's a headache, but we're doing it because we care.
Yeah.
Yes.
But with some people it's not good enough. Nothing will ever be good enough, but you need to maximize benefit.
صح.
So some people like إيش معنى يعني تكتب بالإنجليزي يعني ولا تتكلم بالإنجليزي. On my live yesterday I was on Insta live and somebody said that like يعني why did you start your videos in English? Why not Arabic? يعني why the Arabic after the English?
Yeah, so for people that don't know, you when you do your videos you give first English language and then you speak in Arabic and you tell people what is the time code so that they can access it, which
still
is
not good enough. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is somebody wrote that إيش معنى يعني تفضل الإنجليزي على العربي؟ واحد عشان اللغة الإنجليزية اليوم في هالزمن أقوى.
أكيد.
It's much more universal. So I want my content to be as universal. Man, half of the Arabs speak more English than Arabic. If I watch a movie, I don't read the Arabic subtitle. I go to listen to the English. You tell me read a book. Personally, I would read English before Arabic. So let's talk about facts, not emotional allegiances. Which language is more universal? English. And I told them yesterday, I'm like, ya habibi. Instead of always importing knowledge and importing books and importing, I don't know, even this show, why aren't we exporting? Now you're exporting. Two Lebanese people sitting down talking about conversations that nobody's talking about, being bold, opening a can of worms, addressing elephants in the room, fucking zoo. Good. ليش نفكر ايش معنى يعني معين يتكلم انجليزي؟ شو يعني عند جمهور انجليزي؟ بالعكس انت قول الحمد لله في واحد من دمي، في واحد من بلادي، في واحد من مدينتي يسمعون للأجانب. هذا شرف لنا كلنا.
صح.
We have to switch. We have to say, and this is the local mentality where we think, and I talk to a lot of people who have good potential businesses and they're like, yeah, inshallah, I will open another branch, in Jumeirah too, and then maybe in Deira. I'm like, why not outside? If you think you're only local, you'll always remain local.
صح.
Why not think I'm going to franchise? I'm going to open in Singapore and Tokyo and London. Why not? Why do we box ourselves and limit ourselves? So if you're going to think all of our influencers and all of our bloggers are just good enough in region and only good in Arabic, guess what?
Then we're
yes,
limiting. Yeah.
That's where we will be always. We have to think, how can Arabs show that they're educated or have an open mind and
look what happened
beautiful
with
culture and beautiful values.
Emirates Airline is, I think, the most important export بالعالم العربي يعني. And look where it went because you had the vision, because
it is a we.
It is a
we.
It
represents all of us.
Exactly. It represents all of us on football teams and what have you. That right now we are providing a service that is recognized on a global level. So why the hell do we have to stop? I think one of the nicest Lebanese exports is za'atar uzayt.
Whatever it is.
I'm so happy when I see all these shops, Lebanese restaurant here. I'm so happy to see them. Oh God, it's Abdul Wahab, za'atar uzayt, Caribou Cafe. So,
It's humbling. It's nice.
Something, man.
Yes. And it's so cool.
We have to be happy for each other. This is the thing. We can't keep attacking. If we keep attacking each other, of course we're not going to go anywhere.
I feel in the Arab world, it's kind of like a thing to directly attack people or directly attack anyone that slips or fucks up. It's like they relish in it.
There is joy in it, for sure.
Yeah.
If you wanted to be a footballer and then the other guy failed, you're like, see, he's not even good.
Yeah,
makes you feel better that you didn't make it.
Exactly. It's a German word. It's called Schadenfreude. It means the pleasure that you get from seeing someone else fail. That's why when you have celebrity tabloids and someone, I don't know, just went to rehab because they fucked up or they OD'd or whatever, you get a bit of pleasure in knowing that this icon that was so successful fucked up. Instead, you have to say, oh shit, they're human just like you and me. They have their own insecurities.
And that's the AB Talks show.
Exactly.
It's the human behind the title. You tell me what's the show about? It's about the human. I'm not going to talk about your father's dynasty and his legacy and all of that. No, it's okay. We all know that.
Body.
How is his relationship with his parents? How was his childhood?
Yeah.
What's tough for him? You humanize people, man. And I don't know, look, in the end, I just want all of us to switch our mentality. And a bit, I'm not expecting everybody to jump on board and support and clap. No, it's fine. But don't be unfair. Don't be unfair to Mouin. Don't be unfair to Anas. Don't be unfair to anybody. You know, if you think they're doing more good than bad, support.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, it's okay. Don't follow, don't promote, don't share. It's okay. You have every right. But it doesn't give you the right to go and criticize and change their words or do any of that.